voice in our ears, but the more we brace the sound of its tone. There's jumping on knees, feeding our backs, tearing, chewing, we can all the more. The power and love's what we do
Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, part 9 of our Legendary Greasus Goldtooth Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode, we are continuing our contest of who is the biggest, baddest, and artist in the mountains. And it looks like Grimgor has got us a little bit on the back foot, where Bogrub and him have snuck down into what was previously our blind spot. I sent Kevin's hunter on a little ways forward to just kind of scout the area so we could see where Grimgor was hiding, because he wasn't in the Vale of Titans when I brought Greasus down to raid. And so he and Bogrub have come on down to looking like try to build up their wah bar. It looks like they already have a wah going. I see no green glowy goodies that would normally denote that they actually have a wah target, but that could just be bugged. And it is likely that it is the Great Hall of Greasus that is his target, since we are his only current faction he's at war with. Could have been the Saber Skins and they were already wiped out and we're just waiting on the wah to succeed. We'll see. As soon as those units go away though, that'll be a pretty huge blow to Grimgor's forces. These guys aren't amazing, but just a single unit of Black Orcs can really change a battle. What we've got with Kevin is still behind the units. He's got one more turn for the Leadbelchers and have decided to chuck in another scrap launcher just for clearing out big hordes of either Orcs or Goblins. Either one. It's got nice armor-piercing damage. Well, it doesn't have armor-piercing damage, but it's got a lot of weapon strength, so it doesn't necessarily matter when that gigantic pile of scrap crashes into your formation. Likely a good idea to get in another Lord here at the camp. I think we're going to want a Slaughtermaster. Since we need some more spellcasters, and we don't have one of the Great Maw, I don't believe, just yet, so let's grab Malbob the Flabby. He's got 20 extra armor and 15% more unit mass, and I believe this is the one we had already grabbed before. Good old forehead piercing. He's expensive, but we can go ahead and grab some Noblars from this camp. Have him grab some gut magic while he's here. Got all sorts of lovely abilities. Once they cross into the camp's AoE, it's going to be a bad time for Grimgor, but until then, he'll be quite overconfident. For this army here with Malbob, let's grab some some Noblar Scrap Launcher and Iron Fist Ogre Bowls for the armor. We can grab the expendable Noblars from the camp itself. I like the idea. Alright, so we have Greasus up here in the north raiding. Stealing as much gold as we can from the greenskins and see about passing. I know, calm down. I actually didn't want to talk to you at all. I wanted to talk to Dragon, bro. And I grab an non-aggression with you for some gold. Man. They are going to start ticking down slowly because of the amount of land we have claimed up here in the mountains. We've basically transitioned over into a dominant threat, and so all of the other major factions are going to dislike us. We'll have to do some work to get them on side. 2,000 gold. I'll have to wait on that one then. Getting into another contract with them, we have to come over into their land and take down one of their enemies will be really good for us. It looks like there's a lot of corruption over here, so the undead might be really playing havoc. Or, alternatively, we just don't see the map right. Don't have any gold for any upgrades. Oh wait, hang on now, over here in the Valley of Horns. Just more or less the safest settlement here. More gold. For the Netherlord. Make sure we can afford them. Let's go for this battle here. I just don't know what the Orc is going to be fielding himself, and I'd love some more actual range infantry, or range of any kind before going up against another horde of Orcs. They're not Grimgor, so we'll bonk him on the head. Probably take the Leadbelchers and the Scrap Launchers from Kevin. Not sure what I'll trade off. We'll figure that out when we get to it. In the meantime, I think that's all we can get to for this turn. Amble Peak is about to receive an attitude adjustment for sure. Any other upgrades on this side to make us more safe? No, I think saving some gold is going to be a good idea, so let's pass the turn and see just what Grimgor decides. Bogrub is going to attack Amble Peak, and there's absolutely nothing we're going to be able to do about that. We could try to hide some of these Noblars in the back and then have them maul the Rock Lobbers, but that'd be a really, really long shot there, so we'll have to accept our loss. begrudgingly.
We're going conquering.
Get on out of here. Claim that. Amble Peak was looted. I'm going to assume that's another one up here. Blorg the Ruffy. Firemouth defend itself from old Blorg. It looks like a normal weak army, but that can be hiding some much more unfortunate troops. Factions have approached you with bounties, should you choose to accept them. Carrying out one of them will reward you with riches and small favor. Are there any for... The Knights of Calidor want a Trickster's Helm for taking down the Gates of Zar. Eliminate Ribath for a little bit of treasury and some relations with the Burning Wind. Or take down Snickich. For a huge heap of treasury. And some camp growth. We will grab Whack-A-Rat. We'll deal with Snickich soon. This will allow us to hopefully get some reasons to come on into their territory and take land from Snickich and sell it back to them. It's going to be interesting to see if we have all to deal with all the penalties actually moving through their territories. They hired us to be mercenaries. We're still going to take penalties. Yeah, we'll still take penalties for trespassing. Huh. That's very interesting. Now, Bob, you move around the outside, because we are definitely about to lose the Valley of Horns camp here. Greenskins have a split.
This will bring me spoils.
Grimgor is back in the Vale of Titans, but what is actually defending this? Just a bunch of goblins, and he is in march stance, so all of his troops are going to be very tired. Sure, his units are scary. Blinkers on all the Squig Hoppers. Oh, never mind. Blinkers and Scrap Saddles look the same. And the Night Gobbos have the winged ammo for extra range, combat skin sacks for the Error Boys, and then just a heap of Stone Trolls, which are always going to be terrifying. I think we need to take the fight directly to them. Got Beast Slayer on the Magic Hunter. Can we give him a little bit more health? More melee defense, up to 35. He's not really going to be known for his defense there. Scarred Veteran only give him 300 more health. So let's just go for quick throw, so he's chucking those spears that much faster. Magic Hunter's the only big name we have now, because we've only got kind of the mediocre ones. Fighting against the different factions. Granted, extra melee attack against those factions would be fantastic. We just aren't there. Polos is not all that useful. We've got every artillery can. It's time to bring down Grimgor. Nothing extra in the Vale of Titans. Surround them. What says you ought to resolve a Pyrrhic victory where we would only lose some Noblars? Man, that is incredibly tempting. We have crushed Grimgor a couple times here. This would be very, very poetic. Let's see if we can make it so we don't lose the Noblar Trappers. Nope, they are still defeated. What about if we snack on some munchies? We only lose the normal Noblars then. Yeah, now I'm going to take this.
The meat harvest begins.
So by Banner of Swiftness, we are going to switch on over to our Stonehorn lad for the next battle. 30% extra speed and Strider and Wayfinder, or Wayfarer rather, so he's going to be moving around very, very quickly for a big old beastie. Yeah, so we only had to lose our Trappers. I am going to immediately just occupy the Vale of Titans. That gets rid of Grimgor. Now we have to see what Blorg tries. I'm betting he attacks the Blood Peak. The Firemouth is actually less defended, so we'll see. Bone Road is now under our control, so we're going to go ahead and chuck in anything that slows them down at all. Beast for the Strong does.
There's no guts bigger.
And with our auto-resolve gains, let's make sure that the bulls are richly rewarded, so extra armor for all of the kind of early tier infantry, or extra leadership and weapon strength. Grab stand your ground for now. Extra 24 melee defense and 16 leadership. Would be very pivotal.
Tribe Lord.
Fighter within for more strength for yourself. We go for Flame Storm, which actually is pretty decent as well, since it's not going to do all that much damage to our large entity ogres. Let's grab out the Flame Storm and maybe another point into the Burning Head, so it's a little bit... We're able to overcast it. Not cheaper yet. That's the final tier. That's where you lose 2 points of the Winds of Magic.
Greasus, the shockingly obese.
For you, my friend, the Crippling Throw. More than the usual injuries caused by something that's much more than an ordinary spear. That become crippled, which slows them down immensely and drops their melee defense by 24. Sold. That was the best auto-resolve ever. Now we shall then just have to deal with Bogrub, the Arm Breaker. To do that, we'll bring Kevin on up. We'll have him hunt the fool down with his Leadbelchers. We are definitely going to have to deal with losing the Valley Horns camp, though.
Do what I say.
I'm just not going to be able to build anything up that is strong enough to defend them.
Carve and grind.
Which is unfortunate. You're at the Grim Top camp for our Slaughtermaster. Let's grab in a couple more frontline Ogre Bowls. Should have grabbed the Noblars from the place. That's fine. We'll just snag them over here from the Valley of Horns. Which we're about to lose, aren't we? Well, that's unfortunate. Ivory Road it is. One more scrap launcher and some saber tusks for speed.
The boss. I'm the boss.
Any of this gold we can use to try to get... Already working towards the extra fire bellies. We'll need more than one of them. This is the only issue. Upkeep production for everyone in the camp. Now I think we'll spend some of this gold upgrading down here in the south. Oh, we still can. So Knobbly Gorge up to Tier 2 or Scrap Tower, since it already has our control building. There we are. Our gold is drained, but good.
Good news. I'm gonna tenderize you before I eat that.
Is it in time to call for peace again? 5,000, huh? It's starting to get a lot more worth it, but let me finish off this army in my territory first. Alright, he's going after the camp. Those man-eaters we dropped off are going to be sacrificed to the maw. It is unfortunate, but not a lot we can do about it. Just a little bit too many.
We're going conquering.
And they are going to hit the Firemouth as well with a heap of goblins and 2 orcs. This one I'm going to attempt to fight. Doesn't mean we're actually going to win, because war bosses are actually fairly punchy. Alright, let's defend the Firemouth to the last. Okay, so strategy going to be this time, we're going to try to force all of the goblins into one small area. No real trees, we got some here. Hide those lads in the trees there. Really want to hide all our ogres completely and then have the Noblars throwing down with that orc war boss. Just kind of layer them up here. Noblar trappers will actually be pretty decent at hunting down the enemy war boss or other archers, so we'll throw them in the woods here. And that's about all we can do. Noblars, ogres. Let's get them. They on their way? Oh yeah, they are. Here comes the Wah. It's a little Wah. I'm betting in the old world you had to deal with little war bands like this running around all the time. And normal villages would just get run right over. And how we're experiencing here. Ogre's getting a taste of their own medicine. How they brought down the old Sky Titans. Actually, the Leadbelcher units, their cannons, I believe, and correct me if you're a better lore aficionado than I am, the Leadbelchers were actually, not Leadbelchers, the Iron Blasters, the big cannons, were handheld guns that the Sky Titans used to try to fight the Ogres once they started munching on them.
Off we go!
I do have a dump truck coming on into, or not the dump, the trash truck coming on in, so it sounds like there's metal bass drums going off behind me. I'm actually going to pause, and we are going to come back in a moment. And we're back. I try to record around it, but it is so difficult when they come at random times. Only team seems to know what their actual schedule is. Oh, and that crew got annihilated. Well done. Their spellcaster was a little bit more dangerous than I initially expected him to be. That's all sorts of bad. Well, Noblar Trappers, you get in there and do your thing. We'll have the Ogres keep charging around and smashing the individual groups of archers there. Pretty good damage. I think they're both going to deal excellent damage to one another since they're both in very low armor. Come on up the hill a little ways. You come on back in and smash that shaman. You come in, smash the shaman. Back in and crash into this group of goblins. Guys charge through, break this other group. What? He ran right past him. Surround and destroy is the opportunity here. Additional wave was pretty strong. War boss has been pulled back into it now, which is not great for those the Ogre Bulls. Pull them back. You guys come back in and smack the Noblars again. I try to avoid the Lord and Hero now. Operation Scare Off All the Archers is a go. Our Noblar Lord is gone. Didn't expect much out of him. Just avoid that war boss. It's way slower than you are. Noblar groups are back. Bring them back in to have them start fighting. Should overpower that group. Ogres come through. One back up. Just very evenly matched with the archers there. Up and around now. That group is so heavily injured that they shouldn't be willing to fight for too much longer. They're gone. Come on in and crash into the back of these goblins. Hit them from the other side. Bring our Lord back. Slow some of them down. Let's go ahead and save our abilities. You guys stay there and start launching stuff at them. Beautiful. Once they get their wah, though, it's gonna hurt us a little bit. They've been sitting on that this whole time. Ogre Bulls, you come on out. Another charge should break this group of goblins. Bulls keep coming on through. You chuck your knives at him. We'll have these guys come on back around and crash into these goblin archers. Keep the rest of their army wavering, and we might be able to get them gone. That is a bloody nightmare in here, though. Noblars and goblins being sent flying. Just look for the ones with the little petals on their head. That's how you know the friendlies. Got the heals now. I'm thinking that's going to be a good one for any of our Ogre squads, so... Drop down those Ogre Bulls, you come on back in. Trying to keep their Lord and Hero together, which is very admirable. Noblars, you try to stop that War Boss. And we'll have, as soon as we deal with Cracktooth here... Oh, he's sniping our Lord Noblars. Comes Headbutt, that's gonna hurt quite badly. I don't know, I think we can surround and destroy this group. These Ogre Bulls can come on in. Have them keep chasing off individual groups of goblins so we keep filling up the meter here. Everyone gets some more damage. He's really, really focused on blowing up our Noblars, which is awesome. In a straight-up fight, a single Ogre is going to take down a normal Lord. Easily. That'd be a snack. Come on, back in. Boss is going to be mean. Dash it over here. We're going to need your leadership. Go after these goblins. You guys keep the War Boss away from their mage. We'll surround and destroy. Bring the others back on in. Smell ya. Alright, they've got archers firing on us from the back. Weird Lord Noblars, get back in here. We will go ahead and speed this along. As it is kind of, are we going to manage to deal with the War Boss? The answer is maybe. Noblars are back, bring them on in. Ogre Bulls are back too. Crunch them while you can. Heals on our Ogres. He's starting to miscast, which is not great for him. Noblars with their little shivs get in there and start stabbing the enemy shaman there. Yeah, I think we've got him. Unless this War Boss starts getting some seriously good rolls. Got lots of new friends. Another missed cast. Barthug should be about gone. They're fighting as hard as they can. Mean orcs. They just don't have it, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to run them down and toss them in the pot. And I'll catch you all in a moment. We'll take that Pyrrhic victory. Most of the Ogre Bulls made it through the fight without losing their lives. They'll all be rewarded greatly. We'll go ahead and ransom those captives. He was thinking about it real hard there. He's become an ambuscator. Effin the incredibly sneaky. So that army is likely retreated back to Amble Peak. Really gonna strike out, take down our camp, and move on, which is really unfortunate. His ambush was foiled, but he became better at it all the same. Alright, Greasus, I'm going to bring you up then, aggressively towards the Yeti Peak. We'll keep his current, we know the camp was destroyed, don't make me sad. World yields to those who master the winds of magic. Great bolts from the heavens scour souls from bodies, whilst raging torrents of fire rend the very flesh from bone. Magic can rip enemies into a dozen pieces or leave nothing but an ugly bloodstain where they once stood. Power granted by the Cataclysm many eons ago can be harnessed now to bring ruin and destruction upon our enemies. All those who feel the pull of magic feel it grow as the world festers into chaos's ruinous gaze. Their need to ravage grows stronger and stronger by the hour. That didn't seem good. All of our spellcasters are going crazy. Let's come on down. Well, I would love to get some artillery into Greasus' army, but I want to capitalize and smash Grimgor's remaining forces.
Me a face.
We're gonna have him move up north. Should have the Snowhorn of Morn in very soon.
It's not a choice.
But while we're sitting here, we'll grab in just another group of Noblars.
Ogre tyrant.
Evan, it's time for you to prove yourself worthy.
Tear you apart.
Multiple. Let's hit Muck.
Yeah.
There we go. And you've got some artillery as well, but is it a Noblar scrap launcher? I think not. Reinforcements arriving in a minute 48. We're gonna go ahead and throw on the Scarecrow banner, even though it doesn't do anything for us. We have ourselves a fight ahead of us. So we've got as much food as the ogres can stomach. Let's see what kind of battlefield we'll be throwing down on. Definitely want to control the high ground with all of our extra artillery pieces, which is 100% what the Leadbelchers are. And let's dive on in and tear these foolish greenskins asunder. Alright. Age-old fight of Tyrant versus Warboss. Let's set up the Hunter up front so we can be an absolute nuisance with that spear. I'm going to go ahead and set these scrap launchers up so they can blast into these units as they're arriving. Which sounds very dastardly. This is borderline war crimes. A bunch of goblins. And we'll have the cannons a little ways back. We'll advance them once the battle's really going. I want to see how much damage we can get with a single volley of them on this this poor lord here. You know what? We'll change this strategy a little bit. They each get one volley on this lord. See how much damage Muck can absorb. I'm gonna take the Saber Tusks. We're gonna run them all the way across since they're invisible. Gorgers can already kind of appear over there, which is awesome. This back corner kind of thing. Boglars in the woods there. There's no water for them to take advantage of. Sadly enough. Legion up these Noblars. Alright, Noblars on a group. The Iron Fist Ogre Bulls ready to back them up. And then we could have the dual fist or the dual weapons lads behind them. Excellent. All the normal ogres will have the gorgers with the saber tusks, and our artillery teams. And just all around bad buns. Let's get it going. We'll advance to about here with these lads. Send the saber tusks through. You two get a single volley. Did I not deploy the tyrant? That's the one we forgot. Javelin away. Ouch. I mean, you caught one of them. Let's see how you catch the cannons. I mean, you dodged a couple of them. Good job. We'll give him a second volley as well. The only problem is it knocks him over. Another broadside. Alright, you guys can stop. That's more damage than we really need. He's trying to reinforce with allies. Go ahead and run in and give him a stab. Truthfully, I'll give him one more volley with these lads, so give him a poke and move through so he tries to engage you. Have these ones go around. Yeah, beat, he got hit. The hunter's getting stopped. Hate to see it. You guys move on in. Set up those cannons. As far as Noblars go, have them kind of spread out like this. Ready to absorb most of the line as it comes in. And also give our scrap launchers awesome targets. Here they come. It's about to get real spicy. You turn around and... Actually, don't turn around. Come on up. Start chucking those javelins at the next lord here. Scrap launchers are starting to blast away. give them orders to get in there. You go after these Gobbo archers, and Gorgers come on in and go after whoever made it through. Very dark back here. They're gonna help out those in the Boglars. Send the ogres in. Leadbelchers. Any of the river trolls are your targets. Focusing down those trolls is going to be very important. Alright, had himself a snack. Well done, Kevin. Set you boys up and fire at will so you can kind of range your own targets. Being shot at by the enemy artillery themselves. Scrap launcher, that's going to be your target. Saber Husks are going to rampage out soon, so let's try to send them back. Scrap launchers go out to the Spore Sploders. It's so dark back here, but you can see the explosions of blood. Ogre artillery wreaking havoc. Hopefully not too much friendly fire. It looks like I'm seeing little chunks of it. For the most part, just the screams of the goblins. They finished off that tyrant, no problem. Let's come on back. Oh yeah, that's some friendly fire there. Your boy's just gonna fire in here. Ready to roll into combat. You can probably have the artillery teams seize fire pretty soon. Eels will just go for maximum damage in this area. Scrap launchers are destructive. Eels on really any of these lads here. That's an excellent victory. Let's pull the Noblars back so they're not getting annihilated by friendlies. I'm going to chase down as many of these guys as we can just for the extra casualties. For experience, I'll catch you tomorrow. A close victory it gives us. You know, most of them turned and ran with the prospect of fighting both Ogre Bulls and the artillery, who didn't actually even gain all that much in terms of kills, but guaranteed if the battle had gone on much longer, it would have been racked up in the hundreds. Let's go ahead and... Really, we didn't capture that many of them. At least nearly as many as I thought we would.
Slice them up, butchers.
Snacks it is, and then we will go ahead and move on in and crush Amble Peak.
Ogre tyrant.
Aggressive wealth, oh, absolute violence. Iron disciplines, so extra leadership and charge bonus for the whole army. Or tithe taker. Making him a monster is pretty awesome. Let's make Kevin have the most elite army, so he'll have 2 extra leadership and 10% more charge bonus for the whole squad.
All mine.
Keep them fighting. There, we can move in and take down Amble Peak. We would lose some bulls, would we? I think we both know that's false. We're losing a Noblar to take this. Fine by me. We'll claim Amble Peak and recruit up that Noblar, no problem. That's what they're for, after all. Re-secure the Mountains Mourn. We may replace them with some trappers instead.
The boss.
Sword Noblars. Let's continue to make Kevin the bad buns we all know he can be.
My gut is law.
More mobility for his army here. And rebuild Amble Peak. I would rather upgrade Karak Azorn for the landmark building there, even if it's going to make all of the others mad at us. Muck Trench sounds great. And outside of Ogre territory, I wonder if this is a different looking building than normal. So is this counting as outside of Ogre territory? Because it's a dwarven settlement? Interesting. Improved tower projectiles, lead shots. That works for me. Go for the maw hole there as well.
We're being treated like meat.
Oh, relax. Getting a 500 income from here. You're doing just fine. Firemouth up to tier 3. Hopefully no orcs come down for the Black Fang yet. We're improving slowly with Zarnagrun, so we'll luckily be able to grab some artillery from them as long as we continue to make buddies with the different Chaos Dwarf squads. I'm 100% going to try to do. Chaos Dwarf artillery is even better than our own. Like all we can get to here, we'll bring Malbob up and around. He can advance from the other side while we leave Kevin down here to kind of defend. Still in the camp. AoE. Oh, we went too far. We need to continue to recruit up more elite troops, so we have to keep him back in the camp AoE for now. Just for now.
Greasus, the shockingly
Skip through, pass out the commandments here at the Mountains of Morn for the more feast for the strong. That'll be the turn. The Wa fails. This Wa ended in failure. Its target somehow spared from the spoliations of the belligerent mobs of orcs and goblins. The world can breathe a sigh of relief. They will be able to very soon when I stamp out the rest of Grimgore's squad. He's got lots of settlements. As long as we can keep him from winning, he won't have another Wa built up too quickly. Winding sinew around a weapon handles makes it for a better grip, which in turn makes them easier to wield. All this sharp bits of nonsense they've just jammed in.
Tribe Lord.
I love it. To the Yeti Peak. I'll have to get a proper showcase of our new units in the next one.
Can't be bothered. Get up.
Leadbelchers are my absolute favorite in terms of the Ogre units. Oh, you poor fools. We're gonna have ourselves a pre-battle feast just to spite you. We lose nothing. And we're gonna definitely sack the Yeti Peak. Don't mind if I do. Can't turn back around. Such is the way. We'll stay here then. All of our disrespect. I'm going to then have Kevin drop off a camp kind of in the same place as last time. It was a good spot, we just hadn't had the time to build the camp up. All of the choke points in the mountains are going to be where I put camps over time.
Everyone does what I say.
Remember, it goes right next to the guy, not directly where you're standing.
Ogre tyrant.
First things first, we're going to tear out the Ogre Bull building, and we'll chuck in the loot pile. Loot pile and some more growth. Don't mind if I do. But it's still heading downwards, so anything we can do to increase it is going to be important here. Blade Rock. Upgrading any of these the next tier is going to be useful for us. Going to drain our funds.
The Ogre tyrant always wins.
For our next technology. Trade relations. We don't have any friends just yet. We still have to deal with Grimgore first. Campsite Cullen. Process of elimination. Iron Cap Teeth are going to give our Saber Tusks a little bit more damage. Ooh, 50% upkeep reduction for Noblars and their scrap launchers? We might have gone the wrong path. We do have lots of bulls, though, in our squad. Getting the scrap collector is going to be very important. 50% upkeep reduction for all the scrap launchers? What is that going to make them cost? Those things are insane.
In charge.
243, so it'll drop it to 120 income on just a pretty powerful catapult that also doubles as a chariot. Granted, it's a very, very quick to explode chariot, but you can charge through groups of peasants pretty easily.
The Ogre tyrant. Ogre slew.
Right then, Nabob. In terms of gold, we've got none, so actually I'm going to have you be the one that defends ourselves, and we'll bring Kevin up to help finish off the orcs. Quite like that idea. Throw you in March Dance one more time. Might come up and around. See if we can't help out
Lord of the Jade Swan
Zhao Ming here.
gladly receives you.
Come on, Dragon Bro. Every single bit of damage we do to Grimgore is going to stack up in his favor, which is awesome. Oh, is there any kind of trade agreements we can get with the Legion of Asgore? Absolutely. Wrong button. Absolutely. Starting to rebuild his forces a little bit, and this will help us out, or help him out as well. Offer is accepted.
You may look upon me.
It's gonna make Kugath mad. That's fine. Who cares about Kugath? He doesn't like treaties with the Legion of Asgore. Well, listen. You'll just have to deal with it. We will woo you over time. Right, the turn again falls to us. Do we have any actual events going on? This doesn't appear that we do. Let's go ahead and claim the Yeti Peak. I wanted to do last turn there. Big win. I'll go ahead and occupy. Now we have indeed unlocked the Snow Horn of Morn, so we'll likely toss them right into Greasus' group here. Alright, Sabertusk, you're great, but you're no Snowhorn. Little icy beast, used to living in the subpolar temperatures of the Granite Tooth Graveyard. This characteristically vicious Snowhorn knows how to use the icy cold to its best advantage, bringing far more than mere heft to the fight. It can lock itself down with a ability.
My army, my ogres.
The Glacial Defense, so gives it 60 more armor, 20% missile resistance, but it'll slow it down by 25%. Really want to use that when you're in combat. That slowdown is pretty brutal.
This will bring me spoils.
Man-eaters and gorgers. Making sure our cavalry and Stonehorns are incredibly potent. Trained Beast definitely sounds like a good call. We don't have his snacks yet, so let's go for hard to hit and we'll move towards snacks.
Over tyrant.
Quick throw for the hunter. Even though we have tons of good options. Greasus' squad, we are just going to go for Bloody and Raw. Make sure we are incredibly overpowered in terms of fighting. More melee attack, the more orcs we smash into paste.
No ogre can beat me.
But I think at one point they didn't like treaties with the Legion of Asgore, but now they do, which is very interesting. He is in exile.
I'm boss, and that's that.
Evan, you go into March.
Your leg meat faster.
And your job is going to be to secure the Firemouth and go up towards Blackfang.
Tribe Lord.
Right. Valley of Horns, it says we can upgrade. Wouldn't be a bad idea to chuck the control building in here, so we'll go for the Fire Shrine. Always important. Out of gold, though. Swing on and back up to Greasus. Also gonna have Malbob move on down south here. Keep an eye on Kugath. Trust the demons less than anyone else. We have now encountered the other Chaos Dwarves. These guys are... Their empire is usually kind of a complete dice roll, and if it does, either becomes incredibly overpowering, or it gets crushed really quickly. Alright, the turn is again ours, and we've gained the creator trait on Groundbreaker Kevin DeChunky, which is awesome. Bring Greasus up to the Titan's notch. There's no one there, so that should be an easy capture.
Greasus, always.
Yep, so go ahead and encircle the settlement. We'll likely need to fight it just to limit casualties. We will start off the next episode with that battle there.
Leader of the tribe.
Bring Kevin up past the Firemouth. Probably not in March stance past the Firemouth.
Tyrant, it'll happen.
Go up front.
All mine.
Keep on moving through. In the next episode, we will start off the battle with, or I guess the Siege of Titan's Notch. This is going to be one that's inside the settlement, or are they going to be blasted apart on the field? Excellent. So a minor, either orc or ogre settlement battle in the next episode. Now I'm out of time. I've been Space Wars in Total War. Remember to leave a like for the light god in us. Sub for the sub zone. I'll see you all in the next one.